So, all the usual, check the airspace, fixed hazards, movable hazards, check your hydration level, airspace issues, as in what used to be called purple airspace, royal, basically moving Class A, TRAs, temporary restricted airspace, things like air shows, etc. So you check that all on the NOTAMs. Any particular requirements with the farmers for stop. So constantly, every 30 seconds, check the airspace. Risers over. Recheck, good look round. Tips don't matter, so it's the centre section of the wing you want to get right. So unfortunately we'll probably get some drops of water onto the lens once I turn it round face east. Now, take your time, always check, double check the harness if you've got reserve. Make sure you check the reserve before you put the harness on, when you have a good look at it, particularly if the pin is at the back rather than the side, which is normal. So clover leaf. It's a side mounted one, it is possible to check it while you're wearing the harness. Generally it's easier to check harness for damage, speed bar, routing, adjustments if you've linked your harness to somebody else that are a different size. Do all of that before you get clipped in. Right, let's leave the jacket on the ground just now. Now you should have plenty spare brain power for analysing everything. So for instance, immediately I can tell I've got a slightly loose chin strap with this. I can also tell, because the left boot feels slightly loose, that I've got loose lace. So you should have plenty of spare brain power, processing power, because of your training. All the wee programs that are hammered in, don't look at the wing, don't overbrake, 30 seconds, check the airspace, safety risers, all these program things are done consciously. They're not unconscious, they're not automated in that sense, but the training is such that it takes very little processing power to run all your checks continuously. Right, so Ross is just visible on the horizon there, coming up, running a tactile visual audio check. For instance, the visual check there, well, the tactile wouldn't necessarily pick that up, but as soon as you lift it up, the visual check, you should see a problem. Hence, don't reach for the handles and pop them off. So run touch, vision, audio. It's also the vibration. So you get more vibration when it's like that. So it's a robust form of checking. We check the airspace, including looking overhead. Good look round at the slope. Remember, you're mainly looking around at people that could be flying. They might take off from lower down. Peel, let it settle, hands go forwards, recheck and bounce. Ease off the A's, backtracking, hands are forwards, recheck and bounce. Okay, recheck and bounce. So you constantly check the airspace. Right, now as it's feeling fairly light, you wait for Ross and then we'll discuss what we're doing. So one possibility is, now that we've got this physical height, we could hike across and go to Craigill. Also there will be more lift out front. So possibility is to fly around the hill, downwind. But we know that there's a lot of sheep in the field at the front there, so that's not a good idea today. Better one is to try and work the lift here staying high. Right, so while waiting on Ross getting ready and getting his breath back, shut down the camera. Okay, so gone over site briefing, etc. Looking at our options, run the checks, recheck, including overhead. Backtracking, recheck. So I've already had a nice little flight, landing very high. Just going round the face of the hill. We've got a slightly steeper bit in front there. First flight I did from the top was cutting around onto a cross downwind beat. This one I'm going to cut down, or planning to cut down to the right. So, tweak the harness a little bit. Just waiting for a wee bit extra. Wings hanging back, duck round, don't fight it. Extra half steps so it drops on its back. Recheck the airspace. In and low to go. Checks, acquire the A's. Slow, slow, slow. Let it settle, wingtips are popping, rechecking the airspace, going under the wing, slow tiptoe, see how it feels. Compared to 5 minutes ago, just that little bit softer at the moment. So waiting until the wing nods up. A wee bit yaw. It's pitched up at the moment, wings behind me. Need to be slightly negative pitch. I need the wing to be above but slightly in front. If you want to have the normal accident rate, all you need to do is run, run, run. If you want to avoid it, get the aircraft to fly before you leave the ground. So I've got a bit of a hollow here, so I'm just going to get the wing to take me out of the hollow. Set it back down, 0 brakes, extra half step, good check of the airspace. Should be looking overhead as well. Remember, peripheral vision, including upwards, is much wider than the camera will ever get. Slow peel. Wait for the tips to pop, ease off the A's, recheck, see how that is. Not bad, but I'll let it reset. Hands are forwards. That's feeling fairly good there. Just waiting. Not ideal, but just tiptoeing into launch. So the wing shouldn't be bouncing. It's long strides, call, keep the legs ready, launching! Okay, now as I get higher, I get more wind, more lift. You can see how little brake, that's about 4 inches of brake, but a lot of warping. Keep the speed on, keep the speed on, keep the speed on, giving you control authority, hand next to the hill, that's what, about 4 steps, and settle, extra half step so it drops on its back. Right. Okay, now there is enough wind to bounce it up, but frankly underfoot here, just got to carry it I think. So I'll shut down the camera again for a second.